Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to Colquhoun Conquers as we're here at the start of autumn in year 4. Now, we've had a pretty successful summer so far. Hopefully we can continue doing it. We're obviously building up our new kind of area here for somebody to have another wee home in. We've obviously got our dormitory that we still have. We managed to at least finish this house, which I'm feeling pretty good about. Still needs to get fully decorated, still needs to actually, get some proper stuff in. But it actually is quite a nice place. Like you can see from the environment scores that these are actually really nice kind of areas for people to stay in. And also, of course, we had some additional people come along. We'll go to them in a second because we do actually have an expedition or two coming here. So let's begin exploring. We just decided to send these folk out for just now, just to make sure that we can scout out the places here and just get all that done before winter. Both the expeditions have arrived. Speaking of the family tree, so obviously Sophia and Ludovic have joined together in holy matrimony, as have Thomas and Catherine. So we've got a pretty large family, and these are all people living within the kind of area. So I think we're going to have to build a couple more of these like little homesteads here. Maybe we'll build some more stuff over here, maybe build another farm, but it'd be nice to kind of like spread people out just a little bit. They don't all have to necessarily be together all the time. They can, they can just kind of chill out a wee bit. Being autumn as well, we've finally run out of planting time, which is a little bit of a shame, but I feel like we've done okay overall for stuff. A couple of traders coming in. What we've got, some wool hanks. You know what? I'm going to buy that. That's pretty cheap for that. I'll buy some of your wool as well. More dogs. I'll buy a peat brick because it can always be useful. And I'll buy some more iron off you because why not? We can give you some baskets. We got plenty of branches, so yeah, we'll sell you a whole bunch of baskets. Do you want anything else? I mean, you will buy our fur stuff. We could sell off a bunch of our fur stuff now that we can make wool stuff. It's just quite useful to have because obviously it's a little bit better when it's like really cold. And I'm not going to sell off any of our juvenile kind of like lambs that we have because I'm thinking we're probably going to use them for food when we can. Yeah, I think that's actually fine. I'm okay with that. We maybe a little bit of money for that. Richard, what do you have? I do like the idea of buying up all this food. I want to make sure, I mean, obviously we have 10 days there. I want to make sure that we have enough food to kind of really last us the winter. We don't need to worry about branches. We get a couple of neeps just to keep going on the fire there, but again, I don't think we need to worry about it too much, so off you go. A little bit on the poorer side now, but that's okay. Again, berries, I kind of want to keep nice and stocked up. I feel like we need to sell some stuff just in order to, keep us going. Ah, perfect. Yeah, we can sell you a whole bunch of fertilizer. That will massively improve our lot. We'll keep one back. No, you know what? We're going to sell the whole thing. We can even sell clay bricks. They don't make the most, and they are a little bit labor intensive, but that's actually not the worst kind of conversion. Yeah, we'll sell another basket as well. Perfect. Okay, so we got some money back. That's decent. Cannot complain about that. Let's have a wee look. So what we got? We got oat flour that we can do. We got bread as well that we can potentially make. So we can think about doing that when we kind of get our kitchen area done, which we could kind of put over here, but I'm thinking we maybe kind of move this, make this into our like proper kitchen area. We'll kind of see what happens. The main thing is we've obviously got these lovely little fireplaces done. I mean, we could... I'm wondering if there's a way that we can like say to this, like the fireplaces don't actually like cook anything. That'd be quite nice. Like, this place is banned from cooking, but I don't know if that's possible. I mean, you can turn them off with a false thing, but I don't know if that actually stops them from cooking there. I think it just stops them from interacting with it. Could be completely wrong, but you never know. Right, let's open up this vent here, so if we want to, we can remove the cluckers from there. There we go, we're shearing up some wool, that's nice. Hopefully we can get that sorted. Martin will have to be working away on that. Unfortunately for him, that's kind of his job. But yeah, things seem to be progressing all right. We've managed to get most of these tiles done already, which is kind of surprising. I thought this was going to take a little bit longer, certainly in comparison to the wood. The wood definitely seems to be kind of more of a slowdown than anything else. Now, I would also quite like to change... I mean, it doesn't really matter if this building is inside or not. I just kind of want to change these walls to daub. I don't want to have this wooden area kind of connected to here. Just from like a fire safety standpoint, if nothing else. I think that makes the most sense. Let's as well say, hey, you see this kind of dirt area here? Let's just kind of... Or the heather area here, sorry. Let's just kind of, put a dirt path in there. We can kind of get around it that way. We can maybe connect these up here. As things are progressing. Might change this over to a thatch roof rather than a straw roof as well. Again, just from a fire point of view. To be perfectly honest as well, we shouldn't be storing all of this flammable straw and seeds and that in this flammable area. We probably should just change all of this to at least a kind of like less likely to just completely burn down, I think. So yeah, I might actually just do the entirety of this in daub. Doesn't take that much. Now, as far as the dried peat goes, we don't actually have that much of it. We've kind of gone through all of our orders, and we have cut down quite a lot, I will admit. So yeah, let's go ahead and we'll get some more cutting orders, just so that when people get a wee time. Our task list is going down massively. We can probably say that over the last couple of episodes. With the amount of help that we've kind of brought in, you know, bringing in extra people to, you know, work with us, and having our workers like Nans and Dawn here just to help us out. It's been really quite handy because it means that we can just at least get ready for the winter. So I'm quite happy about it. And in that kind of respect, we probably should just make sure we get as much peat as possible while we have these extra hands. They're not going to stay with us for that much longer, probably until the sort of like last harvest kind of goes in now when Dawn leaves. Nans is incredibly useful just because she does haul all the time, and that is good. Like, it is actually really, really nice to just have somebody haul, especially given that the majority of our task is just related to hauling. We just have a lot of stuff that needs hauling about. So the sooner we can kind of get all that stuff done, the better. And yeah, there we go. We're able to just kind of get this together. Should also give us a whole bunch of logs as well, because I know we were kind of struggling with logs before. So having logs back instead of just using clay, which is a much easier resource to get back. Yeah, there you go. I'm just sitting there going, oh, we probably will need more peat, and yeah, we need more peat. But that's okay. We can get that sorted out. Yeah, let's go here. So this is our kind of like baby room over here that we were kind of sorting out, because we've got so many babies now as well. Like, it is kind of crazy. Let's finish up this bed over here too. Some people to stay. I don't think I mean, we could bring some people in. Let's have a little look at our clan reputation just quickly. Pringle is nowhere's really near like going up. I'm going to leave everybody tonight. I'm going to get them just to leave tonight. Just because I want to make sure that all of our bedroom situation is okay. We haven't made the cheese press, we haven't made the butter churn or anything like that, because we kind of want to, I was saying I wanted to kind of change how we're doing like our kitchen. Maybe this will be a kitchen. Although it feels kind of like a waste to have your kitchen completely separated. It's almost like we want to turn this into a kitchen. Would mean that we'd lose 2 rooms. Especially because it's like these are double beds, but I almost think we could try and just keep moving people out. Because fortunately, we have like Martin and Elspeth. They've got their little area over there. We'd have to move Callum and Agnes somewhere, but I'm sure they'd be able to manage. Like, we move the kitchen here, and all of a sudden that's heating everything. It's probably going to work a wee bit better. And then I'm not sure what we would use this for. It's kind of like kind of an awkward sized building, to be perfectly honest, because obviously it was the first one that we made. It's kind of like a holdover from an ancient era almost, you know. Right, I need to make sure that people... I'm actually going to say that, hey, moving clay bricks and moving clay wet clay tiles is actually quite important. Same with these things here. I just want to do this at quite a high priority so that people are actually doing it, and, you know, we're not just leaving them out. That would be quite nice. Alright, yeah, Ludovic needs a bed with his wife, so we will sort that out. Yeah, him and Sophia are both sleeping apart. Maybe once we kind of get this bedroom done, we'll move them into... Especially because Sophia is literally sleeping probably in... Oh, poor wee Lizzie's died of old age. That is a shame. No, we must be getting to the point where some of the animals are getting pretty old. And there we are, another day has come along. Fantastic. Hunter, how are you doing? You're doing really well. Huntress, an adult, they've got their wee puppy there. You know, not the most amount of dogs, but definitely enough. Certainly we've got enough sheep in that. Now, the only thing is that with Lizzie's death is we don't actually have any more female kittens. You know, as the great quote of Ice Age goes, that was our last female. So we will need to get a replacement. So hopefully we get some traders that come along and are able to do that for us. Or else we just try and see if we can tame another wildcat for them to stay with us. That would also be pretty good. Let's get this wool out of the rain. I might also say, hey, yeah, like this stuff here, high priority, get it picked up just as soon as, please. Thank you. This bit of tartan needs to be moved as well. And again, I'm gonna say, hey, that's really important. Kind of come and do that when you can. Adam, what do you have for us? Well, you have a female cow. That is... It's actually kind of tempting in a way. I've got to be honest. I think what we do is buy your iron ore because you can never have enough. Buy some more berries because, again, you can never have enough. Same with the iron ingot. We can always use that to make other stuff, and we'll sell you some baskets in return so that we can keep our money up. There we are. Perfect. And how are we doing over here? I actually doing completely fine. Still got a bunch of hay for the winter. We've got a decent amount of hay seed. Got some baby chickens coming in as well, which is always nice. And yeah, other than that, we've got plenty of straw. So that's good. We probably need to actually consider growing more flax in the future if we can. It's potentially something we can do. Now, as for the sort of various grasses around, a lot of them have been, you know... I mean, I guess we could get extra flax over here. You are made to be not get, so we will get to you. That is not a sentence, but I'm trying, apparently. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, get that woolen. Nice. And yeah, so let's get rid of this sleep zone. Nobody seems to be using the sleep zones like that anymore, so let's get rid of them. Just to make sure as well that we're not getting any more kind of things. Let's just get rid of some of these for now, just so we can get rid of all of these horrible kind of notifications. And yeah, other than that, people are just kind of working away, which is good. Again, a lot of hauling to do, a lot of harvesting to do. Mostly just because obviously we're trying to get all this peat together. As soon as we're not building something, things actually go pretty quick, which is always quite nice. Yeah, there we go. We managed to get that tartan cloth in, good. And yeah, Donned, rapidly approaching the time where he will no longer be necessary. I mean, he's actually quite useful for threshing. That is, to be fair, he is actually very useful for that. Getting another wardrobe done as well, so we can finally start to get rid of some of these horrible clothing baskets. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I mean, we can almost make this bathroom / bath area, which could be an idea. Yeah, I kind of like that idea of almost having like a little bathroom in here, a toilet for somebody to use. Yeah. Just the awkward thing about toilets is if you don't use these like little outhouse things, then you know people obviously get annoyed when it's like somebody can see them going to the loo, which I mean you can get, because it's not particularly pleasant for anybody involved, I'm sure. But we can maybe try and have a week sort of think about how we're going to redo this. The main thing is, as long as everybody has a bedroom, that's the most important thing. You know, people need to have a room to stay in. And especially because we are starting to get in towards, you know, like winter and things are going to start to cool down a wee bit. It's going to be interesting to see if these kind of rooms can hold enough heat in order to kind of stay, well, all right. But yeah, overall things going very well. We're actually getting stuff done much quicker than we ever were before. I think it's just the amount of people we have, the fact we're able to pay people to do things. Probably just having nans just run around, just grab things, just probably makes things so much simpler for like our crafters and that as well. They're not having to like run halfway across the map all the time to like grab whatever they need. Now, one thing we could do with sort of cleaning up is I would like almost have like some more tool slots, because I'm noticing there's a whole bunch of tools kind of like just hanging around. So yeah, let's get some more storage. You can never go wrong with storage. Storage is always nice. Get some like tool storage here. Maybe even just get like a tool storage here next to this workbench, just so we can, you know, keep it together. Probably having this smithy as well at such a high level is almost certainly quite helpful for us too, which is good. Yeah, I'm wondering. So we can raise the stuff here. So let's have a little look at this, because yeah, we can sit there and go, right, what is our hauling task? Why can I not see hauling? There we go. So yeah, we can just see everything we've got. We've got lots of stuff to do with clothes for our task there. So I would quite like it if they could you know, get to that. That'd be pretty good. Certainly we could kind of like say, hey, you know, start hauling some stuff, put it over here in the wardrobes. That'd be good. Ah yeah, perfect. I mean, this is looking like a really nice place, actually. Now that we've pretty much got all the roofing area done, we can kind of see that. I mean, this is should be a very we haven't quite got that daub wall done, and that's meaning that this is still in the outside. I was sitting there going, how is this not like a really nice room? I mean, like, this is a large room. This is probably going to be a great room, like certainly a great one for people to be in. travelers arrive. I didn't see that. Margaret, I'm sorry. We're gonna actually just have you guys, you know, leave again. Just until we can get this sort of like situation kind of under control. I'd like for our people to get back. Anne and Agnes to get back would be very, very helpful. I mean, that's the other thing as well. We're doing so well when it comes to getting stuff done, and we still have 2 people away on an expedition. So, Alan, how are you doing? Getting on a wee bit, but you know, getting there. Agnes is still on the way back. In fact, both of them are on the way back, which is good. Kenneth is growing up, which is always nice. John's a juvenile, yeah. Now, yeah, that's right. John, you know, not long grown up. And then wee Marie is still just a wee baby. But them's the breaks. Margaret's incredibly satisfied. She's very, she has a lot of gratitude towards us. There's some lightning and a fire. Always makes me nervous whenever you see like, oh yeah, there's a fire comes up and the lightning strikes. You know, you never really want to see that. There we go. Sophia is actually, unfortunately, sleeping outside, which is going to be not that great for her. But hopefully she should be okay. I mean, it's nice at least that she's able to kind of get a bed. I wonder if I maybe say that her and Ludwig can have that bed together. Yeah, there you go. That's good. I'm really quite pleased with how this settlement's coming along. Like, the more I kind of look at it and like think about how far we've come, especially on the fact that we're on the works as well, and I feel like fairly secured in our position, is quite, feels quite good. I mean, I especially like, I love it when like the little the firelight starts streaming in through the windows. That's always really nice. I do quite like it. There's so many really nice like little graphical features about this game I really like. It's so simple, but I don't know, it just is very, very nice. Okay, this is incredibly dark in here now. That's a bit of a shame, but we do just need to get some nails for those wooden windows and that'll be done. That is, yeah, this is a large room. There's a very large kind of area here. Unfortunately, stinky as well because we've just put a chamber pot in there. Not ideal. Oh well, next round of chickens are being made. That is good. Whole bunch of chickens. Ready and done. How are we doing for old meat? Well, we're about to run out of it. There we go. So what have you found over here? Looks nice. Yeah, you've managed to find some stuff there. And you've updated the map as well, so there we go. So that's just basically kind of found everything. So yeah, we've managed to find pretty much everything. Now, I don't know if we can actually go and explore anywhere else is the only thing, because everywhere is going to require these funky rations. Oh no, there's one more bit over here, so... so yeah, there's one more bit. Oh no, there's a couple more bits actually. I've completely misconstrued the sort of radius here. So we've still got the entirety of the top section of the map to do, and we still got the entirety of this. Now, I don't believe... Oh no, we can zoom out a little bit more, so we can actually see here is what we're kind of searching, and we can actually see, alright, this is... McFarlane's are down to the south of us, McGregor's to the west, Pringles to the north, and Anderson's to the east. And we're starting to get a little bit closer to their actual seats of power, which is going to be quite useful for us. We should... we can also potentially get quite some nice training as well for them if we manage to reach them. But that's going to be probably a little bit further away than something that's going to happen tomorrow. So don't really have to worry about it too much. But yeah, no, it's good to have Agnes back. Probably not... they're probably quite lonely. Yeah, they've been out for a while. Just kind of by themselves. Catherine, Pringle, what do you have for us? Smoked mushroom? I mean, literally nothing we want, unfortunately for you. But you know what? We'll give you a couple of baskets. You can get us a wee bit of reputation. Thank you very much. What? I keep seeing these cows. And part of me is kind of like, oh, we could buy a cow. And have a cow. I mean, but the thing is, we already still have goats. But we only have the one goat. And she's about to become senior. And it's going to be a while until we get anything else that's going to be, like, useful. So maybe, yeah, you know what? I've talked myself into it. We're going to buy those bean seeds. We're going to buy that hay seed. And we're going to buy the oats because they're always useful. We'll buy the oat flour just because, and yeah, we'll sell you a couple of baskets to make up for that, as well as some fertilizer. Thank you very much. I don't think we'll sell you anything else from that. Could sell you some bark, but no, we need that for the leather. Yes, thank you very much. Now we've got another little cow. Fantastic. Who, as we all know, has to be called Mrs. Moo. So Mrs. Moo has joined the stable. I know it looks incredibly bad, but we're probably either this episode or the next, we're going to start slaughtering a lot of the younger animals just to, you know, clear up the place a little bit, because it's in desperate need of, you know, clearing out. Now, how are we going to do this? So this obviously is a straw double bed for Thomas and Catherine. They're staying there. Do they? I thought they... No, Martin already had an area there. So we need to just make sure that people aren't, you know, doubling up on beds. Yeah, let's remove that from Catherine. Sophia, you've got your bed there. It's fine. Ludovic's got his bed. We're just making sure that people don't have more than one bed assigned to them, if at all possible. Or preferably, you know, they at least have a bed. Yeah, Agnes has a bed. Yeah, good. Yeah, so everybody does have a room, it seems like, with the exception of obviously the workers here. Don does actually have one. I think we do want to keep him very satisfied because at the very least that gives a lot of reputation for McFarlane, which would be very, very nice. And yeah, he can just continue to work away as is. Most of the jobs are actually just to do with hauling. At the moment we're managing to pretty much get there with our crafting. We've managed to gather a whole lot as well, which is really, really nice. And we're actually picking up a whole bunch of peat in order to stack that up and get that ready. Potentially even want to think about just clearing out the entire... I know it's going to be pretty labor intensive, but just clearing out the entirety of this peat bog here, just to let it regrow a little bit over the next coming year. Probably in our remit, because I mean we still have this entire one over here that's completely untouched, and we basically haven't touched ever because it's just a little bit far out. So I mean, I guess in that kind of sense we probably should be harvesting this one before the ones that are closer, because in winter we can get to them a little bit easier. But I digress. You know, it's fine. Do we want to pick up some of this reed? I think we do, because we're just going to need a lot of straw over the winter. So let's just harvest it. It's there. We don't harvest all of it because there'll be some that we'll want to get in the spring as well. But we can then also say, hey, let's go ahead and get this thatch roof done here. So everything is pretty much done in thatch now. In fact, not just pretty much, everything is done in thatch, other than this bathroom here, which we'll also do as well. Just completely get rid of straw from the equation. It's never usually an issue, but when it does light on fire, it just goes up like, well, straw, effectively. Wee baby Marie is having a wee sleep. That's fine. And yeah, other than that, everybody's doing quite nice. Yeah, this is a nice big room here. Look at that. 440 mood for that. Great. Love to see it. How is old Martin doing here? Yeah, he's just, you know, grabbing some stuff. He's going to grab stuff wherever he can. We do have our wee gong place here. I would quite like to, you know, as I say, kind of store these places a wee bit better, but we'll just do what we can. Just have a lot of jobs need done. Lot of jobs, a lot of harvesting jobs needing done, a lot of building jobs needing done. They're all getting done as soon as they can be, you know. The fact is we're going to get a whole bunch of peat. We can see here that we've got a whole bunch of peat ready to dry. We're going to need it for the winter. Keep people nice and warm. This room here I'm a little bit worried about, because this is probably going to be cold. I don't think a single fireplace is going to be able to heat this up. This area, yeah, that's probably fine. This one might require a wee stove, but we can see. I think I was also considering, you know, making like a kitchen over here as well. Although we already have the kitchen. The kitchen's done. It's over here. You know, we don't really need to worry about it, but again, I would like to move that over to here so we're at least doing some stuff. You know what we could do? Well, first of all, let's send these travelers away. I'm not really wanting them here for just now. What we can do is we can say, hey, you know what? Let's get ourselves, like, you know, a wee cat bed over here. Let's get maybe like a couple of dog beds. Dogs can sleep in here. It's a bigger room so we can have more stuff there. That would be good. Nicola, what's the matter with you? I mean, oh, you're just tired, you're cranky. Yeah, sorry. I just saw the wee red there and I was like, I just want to make sure everything's okay, but yeah, we're fine. A lot of peat obviously required for this roof. That's fine. You know, we're gathering as much as we can. We should be good to go. I wonder if we can put like a wee like gravel path coming this way. That could be nice. We have a lot of stone, so you know, doing that, we've made that one too many. So let's make sure we don't do that. You know, just having a little bit of stone coming out here, just so we can, like, you know, get to this area is pretty good. And overall, things are pretty great. Currently don't have much coinage in the way to go, so I think tomorrow might be Don's last day, just because, I mean, if the traders don't come, we're kind of running out of money a wee bit. I didn't realise our coinage was going so bad, but I guess that's because we did just buy Mrs. Moo. Yeah, that'll be it. Mrs. Moo. Wee bit neglected, but that's okay. Yeah, you just, you know, keep making us milk. Maybe we'll get a bull. And we can start to kind of go into more of that. Unfortunately, our goat breeding doesn't seem to have been too successful in that. Well, we'll see. Because little kid is obviously pregnant. We do have another kid who is nearly an adult, so maybe it won't be as bad as I think it is. But certainly a little kid is about to become a senior. We'll not get another another cycle out of her. Much as, you know, don't want to think about it in terms of cycles, but they are animals after all. And they're here to breed and to feed us at the end of the day. So we shall persevere. Or persevere rather, not persevere. No. Well, you want to say, try and say something profound, and then you just gub it at the last second. But never mind. I mean, anybody who's listening to me is probably quite used to it by now. So let's be perfectly frank. But yeah, overall, look quite happy with how things are going. Decent level of food is available to us. Obviously, a lot of our smoked meat is going off, which is a shame. But you can't really prevent that. New baby chicken, which is great. Love to see that. I mean, I wonder if almost this would be a good place for like a sort of nursery kind of area. Just need to make sure that it'd be nice and warm, which a stove could really, really help with. Is there anything that we can do in here in terms of production that could also be really good? Kind of moving things away. Or, you know, having something in here that... But you don't really want to have something in here that you're then relying on having other things to kind of, you know, keep them working, so... Yeah, I think we're okay for just now, to be fair. We could always put in another wardrobe if we really need to. In fact, I think we were thinking of putting a table in there, were we not? I'm trying to remember correctly. Yeah, we were thinking about maybe putting like a serving table in here. That could work. Yeah, a serving table in here and people come grab it from there. I mean, otherwise, always put like a dish rack in here. Yeah, put a dish rack, put the so we can have some dishes. Actually, it doesn't make any sense putting it in here. We'll think of something to put in that area. It's probably going to be another wardrobe, because I want to move away from these clothing baskets if at all possible. Yeah, let's get these out of the rain, please, people. Thank you very much. These should not be out in the rain. They should instead be kept nice and dry, at least until they can be fired. That would be preferable. But yeah, we're pretty much done with this other house, which is fantastic. Now, this is a little bit concerning in that we don't have any traders that have turned up. Not ideal, Ludovic. Yeah, not ideal. In fact, I think one of our guys has just left. The Dodd has just indeed left while I was not paying attention. A little bit of a shame, just ran out of money. Nans, will keep you about for a wee bit longer, but yeah. Good to get your hauling done, very least. That's while everybody's busy. I mean, people must at this point be pretty good at gathering. I mean, Thomas himself, I mean, yeah, you can see there, he's level 9, level 10, both harvesting and gathering, so he's pretty good at what he does, which is very, very good. And yeah, all looking great. We've got this new house here, we've got the dogs set up, we're building stuff out. Overall, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good and feeling pretty good about our chance of getting through winter as well. You know, nothing too untoward. Let's maybe mine out some of these mountains too, as well. There we go. Ludovic's always good for that. Always get that done. And yeah, we're almost managed to do all the straw. So we've completely de-strawed the entire roof system. It's now entirely made out of thatch. Obviously very expensive in terms of the wet peat brick, but managed to get around it. Plenty of it starting to dry. Hopefully I'll be able to dry up before winter rears its ugly head, and then we can be fine from that point on. Yeah, a little bit concerned about the fact that there's not really much flax, it seems like. So I'm thinking maybe we send somebody out and say, hey, go and harvest this flax on the map for us, please. We can even gather some more oats if we need to, but I actually think if anything else, we just need the grass in order to get some hay. We'll maybe just say, you know, take some of this. The animals do seem to go far and wide in order to grab it. What's this? Okay, beans. I actually kind of like the idea of getting some beans too. Let's get some beans, just so we can ensure that we're going to have enough for next year. How are we doing in terms of seeds? Completely fine. Should get another harvest of neeps. We should get even more kale. And I see some more onions there as well. We'll have enough bean seeds that we'll be able to do a couple of bean plants next year too, and that'll be looking pretty nice. Now, do we think about starting to get rid of some of these animals that are kicking about? Yeah, maybe. But I think we're also doing okay for just now as well. I guess the other thing is, where do we want our next house to be? Because we will need to start moving people out of this kind of area here. Now we can, to be fair, let's break down this straw bed and we'll try and move this bed over. And we can start to like kind of think about where we want our kitchen, or how we want our kitchen to go. Yeah, let's say nice and high priority. Just break down, you know, a couple of beds, move them over, get them built. Perfect, there we go. So which one of our guys was that? Callum. There you go. So you've still got your bed. Aye. There we go. Good stuff. So we've moved your bed from there to there. That's absolutely fine. And then I think we go and we completely redo these areas here. We've still got another bed there as well. Okay, we're going to need to probably let some people in. It's been a while. Let's rent you a bed and we'll say, hey, you can just stay over here. Nobody else has that. Everybody else can kind of go for the moment. We just want to pay Nans for at least another day. That would be good. But yeah, overall our reputation is looking really good with all the clans. So we can be quite happy with that. We managed to progress quite a bit in that. I guess it's kind of that point of the game where we're feeling settled enough that we can be mostly secure. It's just a couple of things that we need to worry about. Yeah, Marie, you probably want to go to bed, to be honest with you. Nan's coming in. Via and Ludwig are having a really nice time, you know, in their place where people are coming in using their toilet, but hey ho. I mean, you can set it so that, you know, you lock it to people, but I don't feel like we're quite ready for that yet. Yeah, they're quite happy. In fact, there's animals moving about and it's not even disturbing them. The room is that large. Yeah. Do love a nice big room. Probably get rid of these mushrooms. That'd be good. And yeah, all the animals are kind of doing stuff there. Still don't need to worry about too much about feeding them. We will do later on as we come to the 5th day of autumn. And yeah, I'm quite happy with the sort of progression that we've had. We've managed to harvest up the majority of this peat here. We're obviously building at this area here. Our guest is not particularly satisfied, actually, which is surprising. I would have thought, I guess it's not technically a private room, is it? Because they're in with the babies. So that'll be why they're not entirely satisfied. So, a little bit of a waste there, but hey ho, what are you going to do? Now, this bed here, let's break that down. Let's also break down this cat bed, and I'm very sorry, this dog bed, and the clothing basket as well. Let's get all of this done, because we're going to change these walls again. Is this the time where we change this over to daub? Don't think it's a bad idea. Just because this is going to be the kitchen, it would be nice to at least change these kind of walls here, these sort of inside walls. We don't actually want to do that. We want to actually demolish these walls, don't we? These ones, these ones. We also want to demolish this. We want to demolish the vent. We want to demolish this vent. And then we actually even want to just, in fact, instead of demolishing this one, we want to move that over to here. So this is going to be our new kitchen area. And definitely make sure as well that we have a nice stone floor just in front of our fireplace. There we go. Beautiful. I mean, the entire thing is stone floor, to be fair. So, doesn't really matter in that respect. Nans is leaving. We didn't have enough money to pay her. That's fine. At least we're getting a bunch of reputation for that. At the very, very least. You know, we can't pay you anymore. I'm very sorry. Thank you for all your help. Was much appreciated. Definitely much appreciated. Let's get rid of that wall as well. Yeah, it's fine here. Beautiful. Okay, so now we've got like our new kind of kitchen area coming, which I'm very pleased with. Let's get ourselves our cooking pot over there. We can get our new kind of area here. Put the kitchen or the stove kind of down here. And think where we want to put the rest of our food stuff, because I mean, well, I guess we can also move the smokers as well, because we don't really need to heat that area up there. Like it doesn't really do anything for us, to be perfectly honest with you. I guess it does keep the bark washes and that alive, is the only thing, but we can maybe do that in another place. Kind of change one of these bedrooms into like, oh, this is where we do like the tanning stuff. You know what I mean? We'll think about that in a wee while. Let's get this the bluebell stuff up again. Just make sure it's looking nice. Because what I really want to do is I want to get things like the bread oven done. I want to get like urn done when we unlock it. Potentially even the ration table can sit there. It's kind of in this area over here for just now. We'll probably move that about at some point. Speaking of rations, how we doing? We still got 10. That's good. That's good. We didn't lose those rations when the place nearly burnt down, so that's always nice. And yeah, got plenty of bricks done. Whole bunch of new baby pigs. That's good for us. There we go. There's our little slider. There goes to show just how many animals we have, and there will need to be a little bit of a culling just before winter comes. But yeah, the majority of tasks that we have all seem to be hauling tasks. Just people need to move things about, get things done. There we go. We've managed to make some bread, so we can think about making ourselves some dough and a kern as well. So there we go. Do that. Get ourselves a wee kern. Awfully busy little kitchen, isn't it? We get a butter churn as well, which we could put there, and then that would mean we just have to put kern here. So like a bowl. The washer we have to put like here. We need to get rid of this clothing area as well, so let's break that down. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And then we can sit there and we can go, right, okay, so we've got dough, we've got our bread. We got a wee stove there if we want to. Just have it all done, all there together. Mushroom rack could do, getting changed. We've got cheese press. It's just an awfully busy room at the end of the day. It's just a lot of things needing done. Yeah, you should be fine. You should be hitting anything. Yeah, there we go. We've got our dough done. Yeah, lovely. Butter churn's getting done, so we can start to make some butter out of the milk. And are you wearing like an old? Yeah, you are. Let's get that off you, because we're gonna break that down. I don't want people wearing like the old rubbish clothes. So let's go through, make sure nobody's wearing horrible clothes coming into the winter, because we're just gonna break them down. That's all good. Got some butter coming up. Lovely jubbly. We'll actually say, hey, let's make as much butter as we can if we get some milk. Make them out of the bowls. Doesn't really look like anybody else is wearing anything too bad. Like fine straw stuff is alright. I'll keep that for now. I'm really sorry, travellers. I feel really bad about sending everybody away all the time, but it's just while we're getting the sort of housing situation sorted. And yeah, so we've managed to effectively kind of bring up all of this, or broken all of our picks anyway, or our spades, sorry. Peat spades. We're building this area down over here so we can get access to this kind of peat area a little bit easier. We're really becoming kind of masters of our environment here, which is really, really nice. You see, this kern probably will need to get moved. Actually, now I think about it, because it's like if we can fit something nice in here, like if we can fit cheese press, won't. No. Yeah, I guess if we can put the cheese press, like, it kind of looks a bit silly there is the thing. I guess it has to go opposite the fire. Put that there, and then we can always move the kern somewhere else. I just cold stop, so we can pop that there. It's an incredibly busy kitchen, but at least it's able to work fairly well. And yeah, things are getting a little bit cooler. There you can see outside, it's getting a little bit cooler here. It's getting a little bit cooler in the barn. Another lightning storm. Seems to be constant lightning storms at the moment. But just the way things go. See some cheesecloth that people aren't sleeping in the bed there, so that's probably a good sign that we're actually doing okay for beds now. Enough people are shacking up together that, you know, we're able to kind of deal with not having these single beds. I mean, John kind of sleeping under the fire maybe isn't the best idea. We're probably going to move that bed if at all possible. It's like people aren't even really sort of like sleeping in the sort of dormitory together anymore. Yeah, I need to move these clothes over. There's a fire going on. That's okay. Let's hit a tree down there. Another tree a little bit close to home. A little bit not so happy about that. Need to be a little bit careful of these lightning storms as we come halfway through autumn. I think, to be honest, that's probably where we're going to leave that here. Quite happy with how things have come into autumn. Obviously, we've lost our 2 workers. A little bit of a shame, but our task list has gone down. We've got a decent amount of food for the winter. We're going to slaughter these animals in the next episode, and that'll really bring our food stocks up. We're just going to be ready to be able to smoke them as soon as possible. But yeah, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody for watching. Hopefully you've been enjoying Clanfolk series. and hopefully you're enjoying Colquhoun Conquers as well. Just want to say a big thank you as well to all the members of the Burger Band for supporting the channel. Helps us get things out. You know, can't say enough just, you know, how much it means to me that you guys are supporting me doing this stuff. So yeah, just want to say a big thank you to them. If you do want to become a member of the Burger Band, you can do it via the YouTube link below. Come join us. It can be as little as £1 a month. You know, it just really means the world to me. I just want to say a big thank you. And yeah, so I think without further ado, hope you enjoyed the stuff. And until next time, take care.